Hello, and welcome to day 19 of the Beer Jerk Advent Calendar Drink Along. I'm Joe.
I'm Luke.
And today we're drinking Midsommar Saison by Slab Brewing in collaboration with Alchemy Street. So both of those breweries are based, Alchemy Street are based in sort of Tauranga, Bay of Plenty in general. He's a contract brewer, and Slab are based in South Tauranga. So this is a lovely Saison. Tell us about Saison, Luke.
Saison is one of those wonderful styles, like we were chatting about table beer a couple of days ago, that is very, very open. There are not strict rules and guidelines around Saison whatsoever. It means season in French, and it's a style that's brewed with the seasons. It was brewed around when the harvest happened. Cheers.
Cheers.
So it's a style from France and Belgium, and it's a farmhouse beer style. So it would have been brewed in, like all beer was in the olden days before you had the Industrial Revolution and things really got commercialized. Beer was brewed in people's homes, the same as bread was baked in people's homes, and everything was cooked in homes and in farms. So this was a style that was brewed for farm workers to enjoy, to slake their thirst after a hard day in the fields harvesting grain. And it would have been different depending on what grains were available. So you'd have had saisons that were made with more wheat, made with more rye. Obviously barley is core to it, and naturally wild fermented in wood most usually. So yeah, what they have in common, I suppose, they'd have more wheat in them, and they'd have real interesting yeast character.
Yeah, usually sort of Saison is synonymous with a little bit of... Are we not?
Yeah, I was just checking it's recording it. I got a phone call.
PTSD for last Friday.
Let's not talk about that one that didn't record, but yeah, we are recording.
Yeah, so usually synonymous with sort of that estery, kind of clove, banana, yeast character. So this one's more of a summer Saison, so a little bit lighter on the esters, not as sort of cloying as some of them can get.
Yeah, it's in the same world as wheat beers. So your Belgian Wits, your German Hefeweizens, that sort of world of styles. But yeah, it's light, easygoing. It's summery.
Yeah, a little bit of I was talking to Ethan about it. A little bit of lemongrass used in the boil, so just giving it that sort of light citrus note to keep things nice and bright.
Yeah, you can get a bit of lemongrass in there. It's not heavy-handed. I think it's if they called it a lemongrass saison, then people would be a bit confused.
Yeah, I
but
suppose
it's one of the notes in there.
Yeah, Slab and Alchemy Street might have had a slight tug of war on that, because Ed from Alchemy Street loves to just dose everything with a ton of fruit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I know Ethan is a big fan of his classic styles, so...
But still, putting adjuncts in these classic styles is nothing new. That brewers have used things like orange zest for many hundreds of years, and to use sort of different spices and different herbs in these styles of beers, and of course hops are a relatively new addition. It's only the last couple of hundred years that hops have been predominantly used in these beer styles. You would have all kinds of botanicals used for bittering agents and for flavouring these beers. So, but yeah, lemongrass, a really nice botanical to use in a beer like this, real cool. And yeah, as Joe says, Ed at Alchemy Street, his entire thing is using primarily fruit, but also just different kinds of interesting adjuncts. He's, I don't know if Ed has a background as a chef.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's just a massive foodie. It's always really lovely chatting to him about different kinds of flavours and ingredients, and he always finds really high quality ingredients to use in his beers. And we here at the Fridge and Flagon, he's probably one of the most, he's the go-to brewer for us having kegs at the Fridge and Flagon.
Yeah, he makes a monthly visit up from Tauranga, so that coincides with free keg delivery, and quite often we find ourselves wanting for a keg or two as he's on his way up, so yeah.
Oh, and he just does, interesting, more unusual styles, and it's just always something that you don't see around Auckland at any rate, small batches, which obviously really appeals to us.
Yeah, I think his Fijo or Wit has been something we've had on more than sort of any other beer. We've
Yeah.
gone through a good few kegs of that
Yeah,
this year.
here we rarely get more than one keg of anything because it's always cycling through, but that's one that keeps coming back. We get more kegs of.
Yeah, and it was great. It was just one visit in sort of maybe early September, but more likely early August. Like, I can't remember. But just saying to Ed, I know you brew your beer at Slab,
Yeah.
and that's two breweries we're big fans of. So
Yeah.
we asked them to collab, and this is the result. So
Yeah,
pretty-
those guys obviously good friends and used to
Yeah.
working together, so really awesome to get them to work together on something really delicious.
Yeah, and it's come out beautifully. I'd love to have this on tap for these hot days we're having.
Yeah, saisons have seen a real, I suppose, resurgence in recent years amongst craft brewers, and here in New Zealand as well, there's been a real movement towards drinkers really enjoying saisons. Brewers love making them, and you've got a lot of flexibility. You can do a lot of stuff with a saison base. So it's cool seeing a lot more around. But this really does hark back to the sort of the more classic saisons, like Saison du Pont, something that is really sessionable, really drinkable, that you can drink a lot of, and it's it's not 8%, it's not huge, it's not boozy, it's not got too many extreme adjuncts that is going to really make it a one-off beer. Yeah, this is a beer you can have on tap, you can drink more and more of.
Yeah.
And Midsommar, Joe lined it up beautifully because today is Midsummer's Day. Well, it's not Midsummer's Day. It's Midsummer's Day in a couple of days. But we're pretty close to Midsummer's Day.
Yeah, I had it in the spreadsheet as lemongrass saison until it arrived.
Yeah.
So it had already been placed in the calendar. Almost very lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But if you do want to drink this on Midsummer's Day, you can pop here to the Fridge and Flag and we've got some left. Or if you hit the BJAC website, we may be doing a flash sale with the few extra boxes that we have in the next day or two. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
And Midsommar, obviously the guys are fans of Ari Aster's movies because Midsommar is a brilliant horror film about midsummer and the festival in Sweden. I'd really recommend you watch it. I think it's streaming on Neon at the moment. Have you seen Midsommar?
I haven't.
No surprise there.
No surprise at all.
But incredible film, absolutely terrifying, really unique horror movie. So do watch Midsommar. And do come and see us here at the Fridge and Flag. And this is our last weekend before we close down for a couple of weeks. So we're open on Friday and open on Saturday, and then we're giving Lucy a couple of weekends off. And yeah, just about your last chance to get some beer from us. As I was saying yesterday, we are shipping every day here from BJAC Towers. But if we shipped you on Friday, you're probably not going to get it in time for Christmas. So get your order in right now if you want to get some tastings in time for Christmas. Thanks for joining us. Good work, Slab. Good work at Alchemy Street. Cheers, Joe. See you next time.